Hello, everybody. I am here with Suzanne Stauffer, the co-facilitator for our upcoming retreat, Return to Being a Sacred Renewal. My name is Ragda
Yay!
Deeb. Yay!
I love even just hearing the name of our retreat.
I know, I know. So, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ragda Deeb, and we are just wanting to share with you a little bit about ourselves, a little bit about what we have in store. We're still in the co-creative process, so we don't fully know exactly what's going to transpire as we all get together. Suzanne, myself, and 10 amazing women. But we wanted to start out today by just reflecting the gold that we see in each other. We felt like this would help our viewers get a better picture of who we are. So
Yeah,
um,
and Ragda and we met through another organization called CORE. We were signed up for the leadership development training program and then went on to advanced leadership facilitator training together. So we've been in the deep end of our own transformation and also facilitation training together for like 3 some odd plus years. And so in CORE, they do this little cute process called The Gold That I See in You. And so I just thought that it would be really fun to start that off today so that you can, some of you know me and some of you know her and some of you don't know either of us. And so it'd be fun to introduce ourselves that way.
absolutely. And then when you say deep facilitation training, like that is no lie. This work is so deep that Suzanne and I have really bonded through, and I would say it's almost 4 years. And these are almost year-long trainings. They're 10-month trainings technically, but they go longer than that, especially with COVID and everything. So we just have bonded on very, very deep levels and know each other's souls in a way that is beautiful. So yeah. Would you like to go first or you want me to
Oh
go
my gosh, I
first?
want you to go first.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go inward and see what comes up for you, Suzanne. So Suzanne, the gold I see in you is your badass, intuitive wisdom that comes through so powerfully and so strongly, so naturally. It's just who you are. It's like you give white witchy woman its meaning. And you're my friend who will randomly send me a text and say, hey, so I just thought maybe you were struggling with ABC. If you, I'm here for you for support. And it's like, whatever you're picking up on is exactly what's happening in my reality. And so I just cherish you as a friend. And yeah, I'm super excited to co-facilitate with you and just see what magic wants to unfold.
Oh, thank you. I remember first meeting you and I was like, oh my God, who is this incredibly powerful priestess? Like it's like you have the earth like running through your blood. It's just so incredible to like watch your connection with Mama Gaia and just like the wise woman. Like this woman is just wise and like so dialed into earth and ritual, and I was just fascinated with you. And as some of you know, I have this kind of intuitive gift where I see past lives, and the moment that I met Ragda, I could just see like all the other versions of her. and
Oh
I
Lord.
I was like, oh my God, like this woman, I have to know this woman. Like you're just so powerful and present and such a incredible mother and divine mother and like mother of all. Like it's just so incredible to just even hang out with you, be in the same room with you. Like there's a connection to earth and a presence and a groundedness and an embodiment that is just so beautiful in you. So, like we've talked about doing a retreat together for years, and this is our first co-creation. And honestly, like I'm so excited just to hang out with you and like co-create with you and like have all these amazing women to show up and be with us. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yes, I feel the same way. I'm really excited. One of the things I'm most excited about is actually just being with you, and just like curiosity around which women are going to be attracted to this and to us, and for what we have to offer. So yeah, I
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
hear you.
Oh, and I remember when we were first trying to figure out where we were going to have this retreat, because I'm a big fan of energy. I'm a big fan of like the consciousness of everything, and the intention, and all of that is so important. And so it was so cool to actually find our location. And you and I have talked about this, that it's like literally the land is like a facilitator. It's going to like hold and encourage and nurture these women and all of us in this. It's kind of like we're going to be in the womb of Mother Earth in this retreat. And I wanted you specifically to talk about more about that.
Well, first off, it's in Catskills, New York, on sacred land that used to be inhabited by the Mohawk tribe. And so I've learned all of this from Trista Haggerty, who is the co-owner of the retreat center. She's also my personal spiritual coach. I absolutely love and adore her. And she's the real deal wise woman as well. Yeah, and that's kind of her description. And you and I are getting ready to go experience this land in July together at the Magdalene retreat, which I'm so excited about. And that's kind of her description. When you enter into that land, it's like you're entering into the womb of Mother Earth. So I can imagine how healing and nurturing and magical it's going to be. And when you and I, because we're both very intuitive and we both are very in tune with energetics and the energy. So when we tune into the land, I just remember both of us being a full-on yes. And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure why, but we're both a yes to this, and we're just going to do it there. So yeah, that's
and I just love that everything has come from the land, that all our food is coming from the land, that Trista is creating all of this organic like meals for us. And, we're staying in cabins made from wood from the land. And like everything is just sourced right there with all the energy.
Yeah, clay from the land as well. So her husband has hand carved statues also of different animals that go in the cabins as well as in the main processing room. So clay and wood off of the land. Plus, yeah, she makes smoothies and juices and tonics, and she's big into herbs and oils, and she's just fantastic. She's a total, I would call her like a foodie, like she's so much more than that.
Right.
And yeah, the water as well.
Yeah, like we can get water from the river, right?
Yes.
Like just
Yes.
drinking water from the river on the land.
Yes.
Like I just want all of you listening to this to feel into that. Like it's like nurturing and connecting, and I feel like there's just this way to be able to slow down and get to the minimal kind of like way that life used to be before all the technology, before all of the static and electricity. It's just kind of back to that place of stillness. And I think that that's really our intention for these women, is to allow all of us to just take a deep breath and like be, and just be. And then just be.
Yes,
Right?
return to being a sacred renewal. And yeah, I think what we're wanting these women to experience is a deep sense of I, like the truth of who they are.
Mhm.
And almost like, yes, these older ways of being, the way things used to be simple, used to be easy, where you could go outside your front door and drink water from the land. Like that is so rare these days. You could walk out your door and eat food from the land, from your gardens, get medicine from your land, and all of this is available to us at this place. And then also the things that you and I are going to be offering to these women, processes and rituals and ceremony that bring all of us back to our natural, calmer, more grounded and centered, true state of being.
Mhm.
And all of that is kind of to be unfolded, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because, I mean, like a lot of us, I have gone through this journey of feeling like I had to constantly like take action. I was a single mom of three. At one point was working like 60, 70 hours a week and being a single mom of three. So I come from that history, and like my whole family had this idea of like hard work, and hard work was the value and doing was the value. And even in my partnerships, I would do in order to feel like I was worthy of love or like valued, or, all the things. I was like, check off the list, every day. And so I also am like Enneagram 3, which is like the producer. So all my value was in my doing, So for years, I was in that like rat race and could not get out of it because it was so attached to my identity, to like who I am as a person. Like, what could I provide for the world or for you in order to really be loved? And so I think for me, this return to being, like, we always teach that which we're most passionate about, because it's like we've been through that and we're still like lessons in that, right? And so even now there will be, like, I have such a different life, and there will still be times where I fall into that place of like, I should be doing something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like I'm not doing enough, and then I'm like, wait. Like, actually, that is just not true. There's just this incredible place of beingness, that from that place of being, then we can actually choose to do. So it's not about like when we return to being that therefore we're sleeping all day, or that we're in this state of stillness or meditation and that we're not actually taking action or doing anything. But it's a whole different ballgame when you come from a being place and then choose your action or what you're doing from congruency, from wholeness, from that full state of being. It's like magic. It literally, things, the synchronicity of the universe, the magic that's available, the way that like you can take one action and then the universe is like, yeah, right? Like, and just brings all this abundance to you, So it's just like a night and day difference, because you have the universe behind you from
Mm.
that state of being, rather than you like pushing and pulling and making it hard, right?
Right, right. And also behind you, and also flowing through you,
Mm,
coming from within you and moving you. So I like to think of it as like, it's almost as if I'm not choosing sometimes what Ragda is actually doing. It's like I'm
right.
getting still and quiet enough to feel the movement of spirit through me, and to
Mm,
allow for that motion to happen from
mm,
a deeper place within versus the headspace.
mhm,
And so I think a lot of what happens at a retreat like this is an unwinding. It's kind of like a backpedaling. It's a remembering, a recalling. It's an unwinding of the constant story, the chatter, the belief systems that we're attached to. Our mind just goes and goes and goes. And so there is an element of becoming aware of that and being able to unravel that in order to tune into something deeper and to allow for that something deeper to guide you. And not just guide you like into your grand life purpose, yes, that, and to guide you to whether or not I'm going to do sea salt or Himalayan salt on my or oatmeal this morning. It's like, it's not, it's just, it's a different way of being. It's a different way of living. And to me, there is an aspect of almost like, it's not that we stop doing, but in a way we stop doing. And instead we allow, we accept, we honor what is without needing to change.
Well, and we go with the flow, you know, with the flow of almost like a greater vision that is there for us, that source has for us. And so we really want, you know, the women that choose to come to this, that they walk away with a visceral experience of what it feels like, you know, what that cadence, what that rhythm is for them, so that when they come back to their busy lives, that they can actually like have new choice and new awareness and in truth, like practice, because we all need practice to be in a different state so that we can make different choices. And so of course we're going to be sharing tools and processes and all of that good stuff, right? That comes with the territory, but mostly it's like we want you to feel it in your bones. You know, we want it to like just permeate you right into your cells, so that there's no way that when you get back to your life, that the people in your life can't see the difference, can't feel the difference in you. And then you have that choice and opportunity to continue with that new trajectory, right?
You know, what's coming in this moment is one of my favorite Sanskrit sayings, Om Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu. Om Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu. It means, may all beings be free and happy, and may my actions contribute to that freedom and happiness for all. And freedom is a really good word to use for this retreat too, because what does that really mean? It's to be free from that which binds you from your authentic nature and truth. And so again, it's like we're peeling the layers through processes or even just stepping into. It could be not even peeling layers. It could also be like a stepping into your truth through ritual or through a ceremony. But this is the essence of freedom. Like I want the women that come to know what freedom is and feels like somatically in their body, and to have that like felt sense. And so once you, I love to say, once you know something, you can't unknow it, right? So once you taste a deeper, truer part of the self, you can't like unknow that. And so there's just almost an effortlessness or a desire to return, to keep returning. It's like, so I want to give these women the experience of their true nature, of their true self, the knowing of it, so that they have that embodied experience, so that they can take it with them when they go. I don't want it to be a one and done kind of deal. I want it to be a fundamental kind of like life shifting, life altering course, you know?
Totally. And I really like this distinction because there's a lot of retreats out there that are about like relaxing, that are about, maybe like pausing and that's great, to have rest and peace and like kind of like a spiritual vacation, right? But that's not necessarily all that we're doing here. Like you and I are both very deep facilitators and we do our own deep work. And like this retreat is also about like getting in like the dirt, so to speak, and literally going through kind of death and renewal rituals together. So it is easeful. It is about being, it is about like slowing down, but it's also about shifting in your actual cells. So it's both, and so if you're looking just for like a vacation, then maybe that's not this, you know what I mean? Like
Got this.
it's
Although it is going to incorporate relaxation and
yes,
love.
it's gonna feel good. It's
It's
gonna
going to feel
feel
good.
good. And there's gonna be moments where you're up against your stuff and
Right.
your resistance and your mind, especially your mind that's saying like, oh no, I can't, I can't be that. I can't be who I really am, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is about that deep transformation, but through the ancient rituals and work of our ancestors that actually have shown us how, and that's what I love so much about both of our work is that we bring all of that wisdom and the ancient practices and rituals so that it just feels good in your bones, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I've worked with several different shamans for several years. I've worked with an incredible Native American woman for the last couple of years. I've worked really closely. I've had like the great good fortune of working with Jack O'Keefe, my spiritual teacher, very, very closely for several years, pre, post, and during a really intense dark nights of the soul that I experienced. And so like all of that comes together. And I know that you have like a host of experiences, in your life repertoire. And so all of that's coming together to give these women just a unique return to being. A unique
And
return to being.
yes, return to being. And we're going to have so much fun and we're going to laugh and who knows what kind of shenanigans because we're both quite like playful and like young at heart, right? And so who knows what's going to happen, the shenanigans. There's going to be shenanigans.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so I'm an Enneagram 7, which is all about fun and like the enthusiast. And I'm like, my motto is if it's not fun, why would you even do it? It's got to be fun. So
totally. Yeah.
So
yes. Ragda equals shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah. But my girlfriend, Jess Guy.
Yeah.
What does she call me? Like Dennis the Menace or something. Like she's like, yeah, because I'm always like the trickster, like whatever.
Yeah,
So.
I love it. I love it. So, I mean, this is the thing, guys. Like, you're going to feel this. If this is true for you, and if this resonates with you, you're going to feel it. And so, I just want you to take a moment and just feel into your own body, your own, like, what is calling you? Like, what is this? How did you end up watching this? Right? Like, how are you feeling while we're talking about this? Like, can you connect into the energy of this? And what would be your own personal transformation in this and possibility for you? Like, you're going to feel it. And I would really invite you to follow that feeling, and all the logistics and details and hows and all the things we can help you with. So we can support you with answering any questions and get it all figured out with you. But really like tune in and follow that yes.
And the dates, and so also just to say it's 3 nights, 3 days. So we really will have time to submerge ourselves into the land and into ourselves. And then, what are the dates? Do you remember?
September
September
1st through the 4th.
September
And
1st.
all the details, like all the logistics will be like below this video so that you can click on the landing page and then all like access to us to answer any questions that you might have.
Absolutely. All right, Suzanne, thank you.
Yay! Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
It
I
was.
can't wait. It's like so far away still, and I can't wait.
I know. I know. And then we'll likely do another video on the land. So
Oh,
stay tuned.
totally.
Yes, stay
Okay.
tuned for that.
All right.
All right.
Mwah.